I'm in Salad and I saw The Crow. It is directed by Alex Proyas and it's starring Brandon Lee. Unfortunately, he died during the filming of this movie. It definitely brought something incredibly heavy to the film. So, if you haven't seen this movie, I'm going to spoil it for you. And this was requested by a $20 patron. If you'd like to fast track a request, go to patreon.com/ASEpresents. So, this movie starts, we get to see, oh, there's a crow. Wow, a crow. Turns out that there's a guy who's coming back from the dead. He doesn't quite know why he's coming back from the dead, but I like the little opening where it says, the opening narration says, a crow is known to take souls from the living to the dead. However, if there's a soul that hasn't really done its business, then the soul will stay, soulless, I guess. It stays on Earth, and it has to avenge the deaths of whoever killed him in order for the soul to lay goodly. That's exactly what this said. Oh yeah, totally. And so we meet Eric. He seems to have risen from the grave. He goes to this place, the place where it all began. Why he's dead. What happened a year ago? Well, what happened was, on October 30th, he held up a large struggle against a bunch of guys that threw him out of a window. He's kind of putting together the pieces, Eric is, on how long it's been since he kind of rose out of the grave a year later. He also figures out it's been a year later. He looks at a bunch of pictures of his beloved that died tragically with him. And he also sees a white cat. And I'm like, oh wow, I like this white cat. And also, I like Eric for being so enraged. He's just, all the anger is inside of him. He just wants to get revenge on whoever killed his love. It doesn't even matter about him so much as who killed his love. I am willing to stand by Eric's actions because in the name of revenge, it's pretty rad and I'm very excited to see what happens. Eric is tracking down who has done this to him. We got a bunch of hooligans. The hooligans, by the way, are very malicious and dumb. Unfortunately, the death of Eric and his beloved, who, by the way, were in love. It was really pretty sight to see him, and it's unfortunate that they had to die early. She left Sarah, who is now just wandering the streets, is kind of in the rain, skateboarding about. I really like her character, and she also befriends a sheriff who likes to buy her hot dogs, and I'm like, aw yeah, I want to eat some of those hot dogs. And there happens to be a hooligan doing hooligan things that attracts the attention of the sheriff. It's quite unfortunate that there's a lot of arsonies around this area around this time of year. So the sheriff's department is expecting a bunch of just fires. And there's not a ton of fires this year. And I'm just thinking, man, all these fires occurring is crazy. And we also get to see the murderers who murdered Eric. And Eric is like here for revenge. He follows this one guy. The guy with the knives. Tintin. That's his name. Tintin. What a nice name. I like his name, by the way. Everyone has like weird, cool names. But Tintin, who likes to play with knives, is alone in an alleyway with Eric. And Eric has these cool powers of regenerating just a bunch of holes in his hand or in his shoulder or anywhere he gets stabbed or shot. He regenerates. And the crow is there just watching all this stuff happening. The crow is like acts as a guide to murder these guys. So, Tintin gets a bunch of knives. in his chest, and it's really dramatic. It's super fun, but this shows that the other members are going to die soon, and the other members notice this. They're like, Tintin, he's messed with the wrong guy. That sucks for him. Do they know that they have trouble coming for them? I bet they don't when we have Eric coming towards them, kind of picking them off one by one. There's a scene where he's driving a car. Not even driving a car, he gets into the car with like one of the hooligans as one of the hooligans is getting a bunch of beers and cigarettes, and he like holds up the gun to his head, tells him to drive, and also gets a whole police chase after him. The hooligan with him steals a car from a guy, cannot see anything, finds him. When he finds him, he crashes into a police chaser, and bam! The police go boom with him. And it's also fun to see that now they're alone. Eric just duct tapes the head to the chair and just like a bunch of explosives, sends the like some sort of weight that forces down the gas pedal. He rockets into pond, I'd say it's like a lake rather, and he explodes. And I'm like, whoa. This is awesome. I'm super excited to just see all the... Everyone is scared. Almost everyone has died that had initially killed Eric's fiance. Love, very powerful. Eric is going to get everyone. Eric is like, I'm going to get you, hooligan, the really dumb hooligan. And we got a bunch of just people at a table, and it's just a bait. It's the bait to get Eric, but Eric, luckily, is like, hey guys, give me that guy. And, oh no, the boss man's like, no, you're gonna have to get him yourself. And then, you know what happens? Because boss man doesn't give Eric the guy that he wants, Eric has no choice but to shoot everyone. Well, he shoots everyone, and I'm just thinking, you guys saw him take like a bunch of bullets from you guys. Bam, 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 bam. You just absorbed them all. Then you saw that he very swift in his escape, and then shot some guys, and now there's a whole shooting battle. Bam, bam, bam. And I'm also just thinking, guys, you saw him. He can heal. He's unearthly. He's going to kill you. Get out there while you can. The boss man, his wife, I guess, who also happens to be his sister, I'm like, ugh, I particularly don't enjoy that. Yeah, they escape, plus, like, his bodyguard. 3 of them escape. But everybody else is left for dead. And I'm just like, dude, all your men are gone. Why is it... You should have given him the guy that he wanted in the first place, and now you have a big old brain idea. Hey, let's take the crow. It's because your sister, very wise in the ways of crows, knowing that crows help with the passage of the dead from the living to the dead. She's like, let's take him. Let's take his power. She shoots the power when Eric shows up. But why does Eric show up? Oh, it's because they got Sarah. It's so sweet. Okay, I love Eric and Sarah's relationship. It is so sweet. It is very clear that Sarah loves and misses Eric. And Shelly, her sister. He's here for revenge. Sarah knows that he's going to be gone soon. And we also got the police officer relationship. The police officer is just doing his best to lead the way for Eric. Do this revenge. You got a bunch of cops on Eric. Bam, 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 bam. And he's just like, yeah, I know what's up. I know exactly what's up. Don't you know? But you got a bunch of police officers being like, yeah, you're suspended. You're acting too fishy. You're suspended. And luckily, the suspension is good. It seems like he doesn't care. I love the sheriff's attitude towards his bosses. It's like, he's just so smug. I love it. during final fight, Sheriff gets shot. It's really sad, but he lives. It's nice. And there's a whole sword battle up where Eric and the boss man are sword battling, and also Sarah's there. And Eric is there to save Sarah, and it's raining. It's a cool shot to see just the boss man go down. I'm like, dude, this is all because you didn't give him the guy that he wanted in the first place. Now you're dead. Now everybody you know is dead. Now the entire Enterprise is dead, including the pawn shop guy. Yeah, he's dead. Everyone's dead. You killed everybody. Man, nobody's nice to anyone in these ranks. Everyone just, like, hates each other. That's the ultimate demise of the bad guys, setting arson to literally everything. They're the guys behind it. Wow. That's wild. That's really wild. And Eric has avenged Shelley and now sleeps on her grave. It's really sweet, and I'm just like, oh, this is such a heartwarming moment. It's so sentimental, too, because everyone survives. Luckily, Eric catches Sarah's mom, of all people, with one of the guys that he is trying to kill. Finds her doing some drug. I think it's morphine, specifically. And she's like, all right, I gotta be a good mom. And I also liked that. That was really sweet. And I'm like, she's just really trying. The mom... Okay, let me, like, flash back to the scene where the mom is cooking Sarah breakfast, and Sarah's like, I don't like eggs. And mom's like, well, what do you want? She's like, well, I don't know, Darla. And then the mom's about to throw away the eggs. And I'm like, no, that's a waste of eggs. You're just gonna give up? You're gonna give up? It wasn't good to be a mom anyway. You're just gonna give up? But luckily, Sarah saves the day, and they bond. It's pretty nice. I love it. I also gotta mention that this was the end of the movie, and also super dark. Love the dark scene. Love the colors. I definitely noted there is a scene where the sheriff is going through a red hallway, and the room that he's going into is green. I'm like, ooh, suspense. That means something spooky is going to happen in the green room, because the red room, nothing spooky is happening. There has to be a contrast of using contrasting colors, and guess what? It did happen, and I was right. It was pretty great. It was very fun. I liked this revenge story a lot, if you couldn't tell, and so I got to give this movie a solid 8.6 out of 10. If you liked this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. The goal of this channel is for me to become an expert film watcher. I haven't seen it probably if I haven't reviewed it, so leave a comment for me to watch a movie. Request one in the comments below, or if you'd like to fast track that request, go to patreon.com/ASEpresents. For $20 a month, you get to request one movie review per 1 month. And also, $3 a month, $3, you get some daily vlogs. And on ASC Daily, we're starting the morning roast, where I talk with one of my friends in the morning over some coffee about whatever. It's a new part of ASC Daily, so look forward to that. The $3 tier on patreon.com/ASEpresents. And if you'd like to support my NSFW content, go to this link tree right here. It really helps support the channel. It keeps all of these movie reviews going daily, forever. I'm gonna become an expert, so I'm gonna keep doing these daily until, I don't know, I hit 2,000 movies, maybe even surpass them. So, if you want to help me with that goal, go to this link tree right here. Until next time, I'm Mint Salad Sauce. See you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.